Hello everyone, my name is Charul. I am a graduate and a postgraduate in economics. Through this video, I will be trying to simplify topics. The topics for today's discussion is Kuznets curve. So basically, this video will contain three parts. First, I will let you know the concept of Kuznets curve. Then we'll be taking a particular case, which is the environmental Kuznets curve, and then we'll be looking towards the contemporary analysis. So let's move on with the video. For start, I will tell you about what exactly is the Kuznets curve. Let's see. So the Kuznets curve, as we can see, is an inverted U-shaped curve which tells that as the per capita income of a country increases, the inequality also tends to increase. This is very much true if we take the case of the recent report of the IMF, which ranks 200 companies in terms of purchasing power parity. So we see this, that India has jumped up one notch from 127th rank last year to 126th rank in 2017. So this means that what we notice is that in terms of per capita income, India is still below all the BRICS. It's at the bottom of the BRICS countries. On the other hand, a report from Credit Suisse also tells that around 2.45 lakh millionaires with a total household wealth of $5 trillion exist in India. But still, there's you can see that a lot of wealth is concentrated with a very lower, very small proportion of the population, and the trickle down method which was supposed to happen is just not happening. Therefore, when if we take the Kuznets curve analysis, so we are at the beginning, somewhere here, that the income per capita is increasing, but at the same times inequality also is increasing. So much said about that. Other things that we can to highlight this statement would be that the wealth poverty, there's still a considerable wealth poverty. 92% of the adult population has still below $10,000. On the other hand, if I try to if we take a particular case of this, it would be environmental Kuznets curve. So we all are aware of the recent smog incident over Delhi, capital of India, that took place. So in that there was severe air pollution, around 7th-8th November 2017. A whole cover of smog had developed over the national capital, and PM particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter PM10, what you call it, PM 2.5, PM10 had increased considerably. They were well above their prescribed norm levels. So the primary sources for this was cited as the stubble burning, the lit garbage, road dust, power plants, factories. So we can see that. Okay, let's just have a look at the environmental Kuznets curve. So we see that what it means, that this is also a concave shape. That means once we reach a particular, we are expected to reach a particular average level of per capita income before the environmental degradation of the country actually starts decreasing. So I think as to what the incidents have on the basis of what the incidents have taken place, the smog incident particularly, so we must be on the left hand side. We are somewhere, India is somewhere on the left hand side. I mean, that's when that we can see from the IMF report, the per capita income is increasing, but at the same time environmental degradation is also increasing. And a health emergency was declared, and literally you know, the school or government schools and offices had to be shut down. So this is what we see. So let's just summarize. It's a very quick summary. So what do we today we got to know what is the Kuznets curve. In economics, it is actually a inverted U shaped curve, which says that as the per capita income increases, the inequality also increases. The IMF report, which ranks 200 companies based on the per capita GDP, actually is a contemporary, you know, I'm sorry, example of that. It's just showing it's just reflecting what the theory is saying, and on the basis of that, we can still say that India, though it is increasing in per capita income terms, but the inequality is also increasing, as per also stated by the report of Credit Suisse. Secondly, when we come to a particular case of Kuznets curve, which is the environmental Kuznets curve, we notice that when the smog incident and people were, you know, smog incident in capital of India, Delhi, took place, the government was not really prepared as to how to tackle such a situation. We are having means, we are proposing, on one side we are getting a very good ranking in terms of ease of doing business, and GST, you know, very structural institutional reforms like GST, and the, you know, IBC code, which is going to get amended. These are okay, going to attract FDI, but seriously, are we really working in term are we really putting any emphasis on the environmental part as well? Because in terms of this environmental degradation, we are still on the left hand side of the environmental Kuznets curve. That is when the income, per capita income, is increasing, but at the same time environmental degradation is also increasing, which is putting the health of the population at stake. There was a health emergency. AQI, you know, air quality index was severe, and this led to, you know, loss of day-to-day business, and loss of education, loss of human capital building. So we don't want to be stuck in a situation like that. And so two concepts are clear: Kuznets curve, environmental Kuznets curve. And as for the contemporary analysis, going ahead, I would just summarize this as that okay, per capita income is very important for your standard of living, for your maintenance, for maintaining your life. But at the same time, if the environment is not really good enough, I mean, you're not able, you feel breathlessness, and then what is the use of bringing about all this growth in terms of just economic terms? We need to have an overall picture in mind when developing policies. Thank you. I hope this was of some help to you, and I would try to bring on more topics and make it more clear to you. I would try to simplify things for you as we move forward. Thanks a lot. Bye. See you next time.